What's good, YouTube? This is Mr. Purple Zero back with another video. I want to talk to you today. Let's have a conversation. Communication. We all, men, women, need to do better when it comes to communication and learning how to speak to people. Now, when I say communication, I'm not talking about expressing myself, expressing your feelings. No, I'm not talking about it in that terms of way of communication. When I say communication, I'm talking about the ability to speak to people in a proper tone, in a proper manner, with proper mannerisms, without agitating the other person, without setting them off, without triggering the other person. Men and women lack proper communication skills. I'm not saying I'm perfect when it comes to that, but I think I do very well with communicating towards people and knowing how to speak to people. Because let me tell you something. In my line of work, in my field, communication is everything. There's a big difference in telling somebody, please, excuse me, or sir, may you, can you, da-da-da. It's very important. It's one thing to talk to me, and it's another thing to talk down to me. And there's a common misconception when it comes to that. People don't know how to approach people and don't know how to speak to people. I've learned throughout the years, in my tenure, we're talking 10 years plus, on how to approach somebody, whether they be hostile, or on how to approach somebody, whether they're not hostile. But no matter what, the approach is the same, and it's with respect. Talk to people how you want somebody to talk to you. If you coming at me with the rah-rah and all the ha-ha, what do you think that's going to make me do? Huh? How do you think I'm going to approach you and have a conversation? We can't have a conversation. If you can't let me speak, we can't have a conversation. Because you see, one thing about me, I'm going to let you say exactly what you got to say. Get everything off your chest. And then I'm going to respond. Not to just respond because it's my turn to talk. No, I'm going to respond because I listened. You see? Sometimes you got to shut up. Both people, men and women. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to shut up and listen. And not just listen because you want to get what you got to get off. Because everybody's good at that. They let you talk just so they can respond back. No. I don't need you to respond back just because you want to respond. I need you to listen. I need you to comprehend what I'm saying. Make sure you're getting it. And if you don't understand, tell me, you know what, Tim, Perp, can you repeat that? Because I didn't really get what you're saying. But you see, a lot of times, people like to jump out the window and start talking crazy and start yelling, getting real animated, without really understanding and without really speaking properly. Because you see, your tone is everything. Your mannerisms is everything. If you coming at me with a high tone and your energy is off, you're triggering me. You're going to trigger me. You're going to get the response out of me that you don't want to hear. And then we're both going to be triggered and going at it in ways that we're not supposed to. So your tone, your delivery, your mannerisms, it all matters. That's something I deal with on a daily basis every single day. I'm a big dude, pause. But I don't walk around like this. Like, you may say, oh, I got some size to me, but I don't use it as a flex. Because muscles and all of that don't mean nothing in the real world. I'm telling you straight up. Muscles and all that big, and they don't mean nothing. I don't use that as a way of talking to people. I use my mouth. I use my demeanor, my calm demeanor. Do I get amped up? Yeah, y'all see me get amped on here all the time. But when I'm dealing with somebody, especially if it may be in a hostile situation, I know how to speak to that person. And I'm not going to let it get crazy unless you get crazy with me, which rarely ever happens. But now we make another point now. And this is a huge point. Females, and I'm not bashing women, so if you're taking it as a bash, then if the shoe fits, then the shoe fits. Females have a real problem when speaking to males. Certain females, some females, not all, but a lot of them, they feel they don't talk crazy with other females. That's one thing. Women, you would think you should talk crazy to other women because it makes sense. If a woman jumps out the window talking crazy and this woman jumps out the window talking crazy, obviously they're going to go at it like cats and dogs. Rah, 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 rah. But now me, I'm a humble individual, a man. I got a female talking crazy to me. Females talk crazy because they feel they can get away with it. Yes, you're getting away with talking crazy, but how we can't have a conversation now? What purpose is it jumping out the window and talking disrespectful to me because you're a female, because you know I'm not going to put hands on you? You know that already. So you feel you could jump out the window and talk crazy. That's not the case. Don't do that. Everybody's different. Just because I'm not going to jump out the window, that don't mean the next dude would. And we're not excusing a dude, because a man should never put his hands on a woman. Let me make that very clear. A man should never put his hands on another woman. But a female should also know you can't trigger, you triggering dudes. Dude, we get triggered. And it's worse with a female, because you see, when a dude get out of line with me and talk crazy, if he gets crazy with me, we know we can have a conversation. It's either going to go left or it's going to go right. But we can deal with each other face to face, and we can go head on. And it is what it is. But when a female gets crazy, what am I supposed to do now? Now I got to watch my tone, right? Because I can't talk crazy to you. I look crazy. I look like the bad guy. And take a guy like me, 6'1", 220, 240 pounds, 240 on my big days, 220 when I'm leaning out. I can't be going back and forth with a female arguing. I can't be arguing with y'all. I look crazy. I'm the big aggressive black dude talking crazy to a female. But I never jump out the window. But I want respect. Learn to speak with respect, men and women, but females especially, when you're talking to men, because you can't jump out the window like that. It's not right. Y'all talk about chivalry and talk about men and being gentlemen and having respect, but then comes a ratchet female out the woodwork running your mouth because you know a man is not going to go get crazy on you. But there's other dudes out there that will. So why put yourself in that boat? Why not let's just talk with respect. Come to the table properly. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Talk to people how you want to be talked to. If you jump out the window, they're going to jump out the window. You talk crazy, they're going to talk crazy. That's all I'm saying.